Hi everyone, Greg Peterson of the Peterson Farm Brothers here, just with a message for struggling farmers. There seems to be a lot of that these days with weather issues and market issues and just so many things that seem to be bearing down on us as an industry and as a community of people. Behind me you can see a wheat field. This is just 2 miles from my house. It's completely hailed out, a complete loss. And this was not our field. We didn't lose any wheat, but a lot of our neighbors did. And we've heard reports on our Facebook page of farmers from all over the country who are facing flooding, as well as drought. In other countries, there's record droughts happening. So just wanted to say that as a farmer, you're not defined by how much you raise in a year, the crops you raise, the yields you get. That's not who defines you as a person. You're defined by your significant worth as a human being who's been created to live and interact with others and have a positive impact on people, your family, perhaps your kids, your spouse, your parents, your community. That is so much more important than your struggles on the farm. And so just lean on that in these hard times. It's not always easy. But just hang in there and try to be positive. I know in times like this where weather and markets are bearing down on farmers, there's usually a rise in suicides and some darker things like that. So if you're struggling with mental health, please get help and talk to people about it. You're not the only one who's going through this, and you're not the only farmer who's dealing with just truly hard times in agriculture right now. The other thing that I'd like to talk about is that we're working with a friend of ours who's developed something called the Legacy Farmer Academy. And this academy is essentially training for farmers to learn, farmers young and old, to learn how to deal with things like weather issues and markets, equipment breakdowns, mental health, physical health, rising costs, low profit margins, pressure to expand, government regulations, relationships with employees, relationships with family, pressure from activist groups, as well as succession and passing the farm on to the next generation. If issues like these affect you, please check out this link that I'll be posting in the caption of this video that will take you to the Legacy Farmer Academy page. I have heard nothing but good things about this academy in terms of how it is training farmers to deal with real issues. I went to 4 years of college at K-State and I loved it and I learned a lot, but a lot of the struggles that we are facing, in my last 4 or 5 years home from college, we never talked about some of those things in college. And this academy essentially dives into some of those struggles and what you can do to overcome them and to persevere through them. And not just by working harder and running yourself ragged and arguing and fighting with your family that you're working with, but doing it in a positive, effective way that can really transform the way your farm operates and just your life in general in relation to the people you interact with and the people you deal with. And also just to pass the farm on to the next generation. It's such a huge undertaking. It's a huge task. We just got our farm passed, from my grandparents to my parents a few years ago, and it's just a huge undertaking. And we'll look to do that again when we pass it from my dad to my brothers and I. And so many people don't realize how hard that can be and how easily it can fall through. And so many family farms right now are going under and aren't making it. And that's just a reality that we're facing. And with this training, with this academy that we're trying to share the word about, we truly believe that this is going to help families who are struggling right now on the farm to be able to overcome those struggles and pass on their farm successfully. This isn't just to help you out in the next year, this is to help you out for the rest of your life and the generations to follow. So check out the link that I'll be posting with this video, and feel free to comment below with any questions, and just really hope that you're encouraged by this message